Hi, this is Pete Fernbaugh. Welcome to Trinity Talk. My guest today is Bobbyjon Bauman. He's the Executive Director of the Sycamore Youth Center. He's also the President of the Ohio Valley Youth Network. Bobbyjon, thank you so much for coming on today. So I'm pretty open about the fact that we're talking before we start filming. I didn't realize you've only been in the area 12 years. You're so involved, and you're so, between the Youth Network and the Sycamore Youth Center, you're always out in front, and you're always spearheading this event or that event, and you're always promoting. It feels like you've been here forever. But you actually, 12 years ago, you came here from Wisconsin? Is that correct?
That's correct.
Excellent. So what brought you here to the Ohio Valley?
There was a youth ministry position here locally, and I ended up taking a job at a local church. And that was kind of the catalyst for me to get involved with young people here in the area.
Terrific. Now, so have you always been involved in youth ministry? Is that your calling? Is that your profession?
It is. Honestly, I came to a deeper vivification of my personal faith back when I was around 8
You are the
years
first guest to use vivification. I can't even say it on our show. I wish I had an award to give you. I hear a good word, I'm like, wow, they used it. First person.
So my faith became much more real and to me, and informed my life and my decisions when I was age 18. And so I ended up starting a youth ministry at age 18. I just went around town and invited kids to a Bible study that we held within a home. And I would just take the Bible out and write up a bunch of questions, and then we discuss those questions and have a time of prayer. And so I cut my teeth spiritually and in ministry, just winging it in a sense.
Learning as you
And the
go.
thing is, I've been doing Bible studies for the last 35 years.
It has an early church quality to it.
Right. Acts chapter 2.
Yep, just learning as you go. Yep. So you came to the Ohio Valley to continue your ministry as a youth minister?
Yes.
Okay, but it's become, I don't know what you did in Wisconsin, but it's become so much more since you've been here. Just give folks an idea of, first of all, did the Sycamore Youth Center exist when you moved here?
No, it didn't.
Are you the founder of it?
Yes.
You buried that in the lead. So you not only moved here to take over a youth ministry position, but you also started a youth center, which we'll get into, is remarkable in what it offers the children and teens of our community. So what sparked the need for the youth center? What did you see that made you think, I should start this organization?
Yes, I just went around to the different local schools, and I was thinking, there's no ecumenical type of youth ministry out there, or children's ministry that I knew of, that I at least could discover. There were no FCA programs in the local school. That's a Fellowship of Christian Athlete. So I went to every superintendent and principal of all the schools in the area, just said, what would you need? How can I help you or assist you? One thing I could help you guys with is maybe I could start a Fellowship of Christian Athletes program at your local school. So Big Red was the one who said yes first, and then all the other ones followed in line. So we started 18 Fellowship of Christian Athletes programs at every local school here in the area.
And the schools were open to it.
They were open.
They're
running even today.
We often hear the doom and gloom about faith in the public square, but it sounds like people were hungry for it and hungry to have those students represented.
Yes, and it's a faith-based, student-led type of a ministry, and it's all around the United States. It's been around since the 50s, and so I thought it would be a good opportunity for kids to gather around the Bible, gather around a common faith, and study the Bible and have fellowship together. And so that was the first thing that I did. But I also saw that if we wanted to change Steubenville in a positive direction for the local youth, we needed to start even younger. So I started what was called the Sunshine Bible Club 11 and a half years ago. And that was where the kids would be bused from the local school buses down to a common church, which was a Westminster Presbyterian Church at the time, and just study the Bible. And it was kind of modeled off what they call a Good News Club.
Yes.
And so it's kind of like a vacation Bible school, but just one day a week, where you have a snack, you have
usually during the school year,
craft time, and then you have a time where you study the Bible. So we started that, and it just started growing and expanding to where we had 120 kids. I had to break it up into 2 days rather than just one day, because we had too many kids on the one day that we had a week. So we ran that for 4.5 years, but I kept hearing people say, there's nothing good for kids to do after school at Steubenville. I just kept hearing that over and over again. I thought, you know what? Maybe I should try to do something about that. And maybe I should think about starting a youth center. It's open 5 days a week. It's opened up to kids who want to do something positive with their lives, and rather than being on the couch and playing video games or getting involved in activities that are not healthy for them, destructive lifestyles and things of that nature, I wanted to give them an opportunity not only to learn about the Bible, but also learn about how to live, how learn about life skills. And so that was kind of the genesis of the Sycamore Youth Center.
And there's to come to the youth center, you can be anyone. We don't have to be a follower of your faith. You don't have to be, you just come.
Yes.
Is there any entry fee or anything like that?
No, everything is completely free of charge and always has been.
And let's talk about everything. You gave me a list before we started recording. This is Monday through Friday, and you even have Saturday classes. But there are the Bible studies. But beyond that, board games and chess class, cross stitch and crochet, arise and shine, basketball skills, cooking, automotive, cosmetology, computer, wood burning, hip hop, jazz dance, entrepreneurship and financial literacy, ballet, classical choir, children's international folk dancing. That's just Monday alone. But you dig into some of these other days, you've got martial arts, you've got the Scouting America program, sewing, art, story time. You've got on Wednesdays, you've got geography, you've got worship dance, you've got the Cool Kid Code, which sounds like a fun class, ceramics, tumbling you've got on Thursdays. I mean, there's at least, a dozen classes, 10 to 12 classes a day.
Yeah.
And some days it's just wall-to-wall classes. I said this to you before, most faith-based organizations, they're viewed through a religious lens, and they're not necessarily viewed as being arts inclined or theatrically inclined. But I'm looking at this, and there is something for the artistically inclined kid, something for the athletically inclined kid, something for the more cerebral kid. I mean, you are really trying to reach all types of kids.
Yes.
How did all of these classes evolve? I mean, that is remarkable.
Well, one thing I did when I came to Steubenville was, and after I started the Ohio Valley Youth Network, was I started to just go to every single networking meeting I could go to, every Coffee and Connections meeting. I would go to those. I would go to, city council. I mean, just to find people to meet them, to network with them.
Right.
And as a result of that, I built up a lot of different relationships with people within the area. And so how these classes started was I would get in conversations with people, and they would have particular interests. Like somebody said, I love cooking. I said, okay, well, let's start a cooking class. Would you be willing to give, half-hour a week to cook with the kids? And then somebody said, well, I love sewing, that's just my passion. I said, would you like to teach a sewing class at Sycamore? So what I did was I found people that were passionate and gifted in certain areas and asked them whether they'd be willing to give back to our local youth by teaching a class. And people are willing to give back for something that they're passionate about.
Oh, yeah.
And so as a result of that, these people were willing to, give of their time. They weren't asking paid or anything. They just wanted to give back, with what they had, because just they love what they did, and they wanted to pass that skill on.
And I should point out that these teachers are all volunteer, right? These instructors. We're seeing an organization that benefits the youth. We're seeing adults in the community who want to benefit the youth. This is, I said this, we previously interviewed Marcy Crawford from United Way, and I said this to her, the quote that everyone says that's by Mr. Rogers is always look for the helpers. And this is amazing. I mean, these are helpers, best interests of the kids at heart. So what have you seen from the public? I mean, that was a lot of networking. That's a lot of, you founded 2 organizations since being here. What was the response of people when you were pitching these ideas?
Oh, it was positive. I think that there was a void out there, and as a result of it, people were willing to send their kids. And honestly, I haven't had a whole lot of pushback. I mean, anytime you run an organization, 8 years, and the other one 10, I mean, you're going to have some bumps in the road here and there. But the thing is, if you're passionate about doing something and you have a heart and you're in it for the right intentions, you're just wanting to help kids, most people are going to push back about it, trying to help children. So.
That's true.
So it's been a lot of fun. Honestly, I've thought a lot of times about people have dreams in life about what would I like to do with my life. Some people want to be a musical star, to be on the stage, or to do a certain thing. My dreams come to pass. Honestly, the Sycamore Center is my dream, and it's come true. Sophie Spencer, who, Lord rest her soul, she went to be with the Lord a few years ago, who ran the YWCA. She would always say to me, if she had seen me, she'd say, "Bobbyjon," she said, the one thing I like about you is you had a dream, you went out and got it, and you got it, undoing what God made me to do. I guess I
want to get back to that subject of dreams in just a second, but I want to highlight three of your objectives with the Sycamore Youth Center. A place where every child belongs, rooted in faith, open to all, and equipping students for lifelong success. Let's briefly touch on each of those.
Sure.
First of all, we live in a society where kids don't feel like they belong, and they actively search out spaces online. And you mentioned the drinking and the vaping and all of that. That's why they often fall into those addictions, those habits, is because they're looking for a place to belong. And that's how gangs start and all of that. It's this really raw human need to feel like they belong. So how does Sycamore make every child feel welcome? And you emphasize no matter their background or circumstance.
Yes, I would say that it starts with the volunteers and staff. I basically look for people who love God and love kids. Mm-hmm. That's it. And if you love kids and you love God, we're in good shape.
Yeah.
And so, and also even at the center, I have intentionally reached out to people who are in youth ministry. I think 4 or 5 people that are down there each day that are involved in local youth ministries within their church, but they're also involved at the Sycamore Youth Center. So a lot of the kids, I'm not trying to get kids to go to, a particular church necessarily. Right. So, the youth ministries, they will have those kids that are involved after school go to their evening youth ministries. So there's kind of a dovetail for them as well on, we have faith here, but also there's a church community there that they can get involved in. So it's a more holistic.
It opens doors for them too.
Right.
So there's this place you can go after school, but there's also this place you can go after you're done here. How many kids do you have at the center on a daily basis?
We have around 100 a day, but 500 different kids a week.
Holy cow.
We learned that we can't have all the kids at one time because it was just they're hanging from the chandeliers. I'm telling you.
And what ages?
1st grade through 12th grade. Yeah.
Wow.
And so we have around 100 a day that come. And then we also have other things that we do. We do a Friday food distribution every single Friday at East Garfield Elementary School. We give away over 300 meals to kids. We've done that for the last 4 years. We have a summer mobile food pantry where every single Friday we go to 6 different sites in and throughout Steubenville and Wintersville. And we give out around 6,000 meals during the summer to children with that also. And then we have the Sycamore Volunteer Corps, which is a more intensive mentoring program where the kids meet 5 times a week, that they learn about life skills and job readiness training through doing community service. So they'll help out at the Urban Mission. They'll help out at the Cancer Dietary Initiative, putting together food boxes for cancer patients' families. They'll go and help people move. We actually have a moving service where we'll have them help widows and people who are in need move from one apartment to another. And so it's, and I could go on, but nonetheless, there's just a lot of positives.
No matter their background or circumstances, you are showing them, you're not only showing them a place where they belong, but you're showing them how they can make a difference.
Yes.
So, and making a difference doesn't mean you have a ton of money. It means there's that lady down the street who needs help moving something, or that's modeling such lifelong habits for them, hopefully.
Yes.
Yeah. We've talked about how you're open to everyone. We've covered that. I want to get into, and you're guided by Christian values, love, respect, and integrity. That appeals to everybody, and you want to create a safe, nurturing space. What is the feedback you get from parents when their kids start getting involved in the youth center?
been very positive. They love sending the kids love coming.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I've been involved in youth ministry for over probably almost 35 years now. Kids vote with their feet.
Yes.
So they're either going to be there or they're not. I mean, it's not like the old days, 20 years ago in youth ministry where, parents say, you got to go to this. Typically, that's not the way it is nowadays. So the kids are coming because they want to come.
Yeah.
They're excited to be there. And so, and then the parents are supportive, I think, just because they see the value in what the kids are getting, whether that be, some virtue-based training through the Bible studies or through the life skills training where they're learning how to sew, learning how to cook, things like that.
I mean, that's your third thing, equipping them for lifelong success. You want them to be enrolled in further education, employed in meaningful work, enlisted in service to their community or country. Speak to that a little bit. Because, you're right. I mean, you could just offer Bible studies.
Right.
You could just offer worship classes, but you're really getting into the weeds and showing them what it takes to be a whole person and to be a fully responsible adult. I mean, those are life skills that aren't taught in the public schools enough. So, do you see your mission as augmenting what the public school is trying to, or any school is trying to accomplish, by being able to teach them things that they don't have time to teach them in school? Speak to that a little bit, please.
Yeah, so a lot of times I try to intentionally offer classes that are not taught within the public schools, like our cooking classes 5 days a week are rarely taught within any public schools. Also the sewing classes, the folk dancing, the classical choir. Now there is musical arts within the schools.
Oh, absolutely.
But we also have a very highly developed musical arts program where we have dramas and plays, and we put on The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. We've put on Little Women, just all different kinds of shows.
That's another element to your ministry that we should emphasize is you actually give them a venue to practice what they're learning in class if they want to. You put on plays. You host talent competitions. The Valley's Got Talent, that's become very popular. And you've actually had some impressive winners.
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That was another dream that came true. There's a couple of dreams. One was the center itself, but the other one was the Valley's Got Talent competition. I used to watch America's Got Talent and, American Idol, things like that. And thought, what would it be like to have like a youth-based one, but also faith-based one?
Yeah.
And so I thought, we'll go ahead and I'll try and start a competition that is where the kids sing Christian songs, dance to, faith-based music and things like that. And so we started the first year, and we had a pretty good turnout. We had about 350 people, but it's been running, this will be the 12th year this year. And we give away $1,250 in prize money.
Man.
We have over 20 acts that perform in dance. We have different categories such as dance, vocal soloists, vocal crews. We have a miscellaneous category, a choir category, and then we give out trophies. And this year we had over 850 people attend the event, which is one of the largest attended events at Steubenville High School within the auditorium of anything that they do there. And so it's been very, very popular with the local community. And you guys have supported it at Trinity, which I really appreciate.
Absolutely.
WTOV9 for the last 3 years has been a sponsor, so they run commercials for it, and then they MC the events. So it's really become, and also local businesses donate all the prize money, so it doesn't cost our organization anything. So it's just been awesome. We've had a couple of very successful young people. One, Savannah Grant, went on American Idol.
That's right, yeah.
Was there. And then also Ashley, young Kawa Ashley Marina. She went on America's Got Talent and then made it through the first round with Simon Cowell and all those celebrities. And she's just really taken off with her career herself. So it's really been a blessing.
And now you're getting into film. You're looking to host an international film festival here. Is that affiliated with the center as well?
Yes, it's going to be a combined type of collaboration. Kate Stapleton is going to be working with me on that. And that was a dream that I've had for about 10 years. I know I keep talking about dreams.
No, it's amazing because what did that Sophie said to you, right? She said that she liked that you went after a dream, but you actually got it.
Yeah.
So you just keep chasing your other dreams. That's amazing.
Yeah. So this is one I've been thinking about for about 10 years. And just the bandwidth I have right now with everything going on, which, by the way, I don't even know if I put in there, but we started a second youth center. We have 2 Sycamore Center programs now. One is out at Indian Creek Middle School, which meets 5 days a week for 5th through 8th grade students. But with this, I've been thinking about it for about 10 years. I've been studying about it, researching it to see about, I know I was going to make it kind of more of a youth-based, and we still are going to have that element to it. But I was just having a conversation, networking with Kate, and she said, "Oh yeah, I'd love to start a film festival," and we just started dialoguing about it, and she's local, and so we've met, and they're involved in, they put out films, they submitted them to different film festivals, and she's going to travel all around the United States over the next 6 months and visit different film festivals and just ask their leaders on, what's the best way to do this. And so I'm going to come alongside her. We're going to collaboratively put this together, because one thing I enjoy doing is doing events. I mean, if I wasn't in ministry, I'd be an event planner.
Right.
So, a lot of people hate it, but I love it.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I'm going to help with that infrastructure piece of it, and then also make it available to youth. So we're going to have a youth category as well as adult category. And so I'm very excited about that. So hopefully, like a Sundance, let's do it.
Nice. There you go. So where can people, how can they donate to your organization? How can they donate money and time to your organization?
If they go to sycamorecenter.com, then there's a tab on there for giving. They can go ahead and donate that way online is probably the easiest way. Or you can send a check to the Sycamore Youth Center at 301 North 4th Street in Steubenville, Ohio. And then if you would like to volunteer, you can just email us, which you can find that on the website as well.
If someone would like to see the classes in action, can they contact you and you'll let them stop by some afternoon?
Typically, just because of child safety policies.
Sure. Absolutely, yeah.
We just don't have people come in off the streets. But,
sure.
We do allow parents to come in and sit and watch and things like that. But,
awesome.
In a case-by-case basis, that should be possible.
So, excellent. So, reach out to you, sycamorecenter.com. They can reach out to you either to give a donation or to possibly volunteer, look at volunteering. You're still looking for volunteers?
Yes.
Always, right? Never deplete the volunteers pool, right? And you're on Facebook. You're very good on social media. You keep your Facebook page. Is there Instagram that they can?
Yes.
Excellent. Just look for Sycamore Youth Center.
Yes, I think it's Sycamore Center. I think of Instagram, but you can look up Sycamore Youth Center as well.
I think your website points to all of that. So.
Yes.
Any final thoughts before we wrap this up?
I would say people should go after their dreams.
I was hoping you'd say that. What has kept you going, even when it looked like dreams weren't going to be or were you just so convinced that they would come to pass?
Honestly, just the inner drive to get it done. I was involved in athletics growing up. I was a state runner-up in wrestling, and so I trained for years, and I was a U.S. Veterans National Champion in wrestling. So I learned through athletics about, just persevering and what you're doing. And so just hard work, honestly.
Yes.
And also I understand too, I've learned over time that certain things are just not meant to happen, right. They just aren't. But other things, a lot of times will come to pass if you put the effort in.
More things probably than not have to come to pass. So. Well, thank you for all the amazing work you're doing in the community. I hope we can find you some more volunteers, maybe some more, add to that list of classes. And hopefully we can spark people's interest and at least enlighten them to how many helpers are in our community, really trying to make the future a better place. I never buy into kids these days,
Right.
I never buy into that. They're people, they're just in a different generation. And if you take the time to talk to them and understand where they're coming from, you find out they're just as special and important as any other generation.
Yes.
They haven't checked out.
I agree.
Yeah.
As they're kids, and I've been working with them for 35 years. And quite honestly, just a word of encouragement, to anybody who's watching. Honestly, I've seen things get better.
Yes, right.
With the local youth in the last, 5-10 years. And For those people who are people of faith, I've seen just a real uptick in like these FCA Bible studies are, growing like wildfire.
Yeah.
We're getting 40, 50 kids that are coming to the Bible studies within the local schools. Sycamore's growing, we started with just, 15 kids and now we're over 500. Yeah. Youth ministries are bursting at the seams. So there's a lot of positive.
You can't just sit at home and watch what they tell you on TV, right?
Right.
Online. You can't believe the headlines and the clickbait and all that. You've got to get out there and get involved and see for yourself what's going on. Thank you so much, Bobbyjon. And thank you folks for watching and listening. I hope you'll join us again next time. We'll see you then.